Hi, Katzcradul here. I consider myself a fairly decent prepper. I have prepared and stored and put away everything I believe I need to be pretty self-sufficient. However, every now and then something happens that jolts me into the realization that I must be very diligent in tracking my supplies. I wanted to make a recipe this week for pumpkin muffins, and I'll probably post that recipe for you sometime later. And I went to my storeroom to get a can of pumpkin and couldn't find one, and I thought, well, I must have moved the pumpkin. I do that fairly frequently. I rearrange to try to get the most I can in that room, and I thought, I must have moved it. So I went searching and searching and searching. I turned that room upside down, and there was not a can of pumpkin to be found. And it really upset me that I had let that happen, because pumpkin is something I consider essential in my food storage. It is an excellent source of vitamin A, and I just love having it. And I didn't have not a single can of it. And so when I went to the store this week, I bought a whole case. And many of you know that I have encouraged you to check out the website stockupfood.com, and it's a great website, but in years past, it's only allowed me to track the essential bulk items like flour and sugar and peanut butter and those dry beans and those kind of things. But now it's customizable, and I can put anything on there. So if I want to put pumpkin on there, which I'm going to do today, I'll be able to put pumpkin on there. And if I want to have an 18-month supply and say that I use approximately a can a month, then it will tell me that I need to store 18 cans of pumpkin. If I buy 10 more cans and put it in, it'll show that I have 28 cans, and that that I'm ahead of the game. So I'm going to use that website even more faithfully, because when you amass as much as I have in my storage, it's easy for something to get lost. And here is what I'm going to tell you, that if you think you have 2 cans of pumpkin, it's the same as having none. You cannot just assume that you have those 2 cans. You need to know. You really need to track it. And when you get a room full of food, it's very difficult to keep track of it mentally. You need to either have it on a website like stockupfood.com where you can lay it all out, or you need to track it with pencil and paper. But just thinking you have something is the same to me as not having it. I have learned this lesson the hard way. I thought I had pumpkin. I didn't have it. So I'm going to encourage you to, whether you use the stockupfood.com, the food calculator that I love, or you use another one, or if you track it by hand with a pencil and clipboard, it doesn't matter. But you need to track it, because you really don't know what you have unless you know. Just my tip for the day. One more little word about pumpkin. Now this is pumpkin, not pumpkin pie filling. And when you buy pumpkin like this, as you can see up here, it says 100% pumpkin, and that's how most pumpkin is. And when you turn it over and look at the ingredients, the only thing in there is pumpkin. The reason I like to store it is because I can use it for pumpkin bread. I can use it in soups. I can use it to make delicious pumpkin pie. It's just a great thing to have. And one serving of pumpkin, which actually happens to be a half a cup, has 280% of the vitamin A you need. Great source of vitamin A. It also contains some calcium, some iron, and some vitamin C. The other thing it has is 2 grams of protein per serving. It's a great thing to store. And it runs on sale about 99 cents a can. You might even find a better deal on that as we enter the baking season of Thanksgiving and Christmas. So anyway, just encouraging you, track your food storage so that you know what you have. It's true with so many other things too. I may think, I have 10 deodorants stored up, and then you kind of get lax and you rest it easy in your mind saying, oh, I've got 10 deodorants. Before you know it, you go in there and you have two. It's like, what happened to the other 8? You use things more quickly than you think. So be diligent in your tracking so that you know exactly where you are. That's my advice for the day. Cat's Cradle.